Right now we're going to go to Thomas Van Flein. This is becoming a redundant interview, but I think it's necessary. I hope the listeners enjoy it. Counselor, welcome to the program.
Thank you. How are you?
Well, I'm great, and I think it was, today, again, there is a independent counsel has recommended that another or two more ethics complaints be dismissed. Now, he's making a recommendation to the personnel board. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's the same process that's been used with the other ethics complaints. They hire an independent counsel, a prosecutor/investigator, to look into the complaints and see if there's any merit to it. If there's merit, then they go forward with a process of prosecuting or seeking some other type of remedy under the Ethics Act. So far as you know, every ethics complaint that has been filed against the governor has been dismissed as lacking probable cause, meaning there's no factual basis for it.
Right.
Today we learned that several more. It's actually more than two. It really depends on how you want to count it.
Okay.
It could be as many as 8 complaints, but a minimum of 2 and as many as 8, and I'll explain that in a second,
Okay.
were dismissed by the investigator, all of them filed by someone who had already filed some other complaints in the past, an Andre McLeod. And these complaints, some of them had been made public previously and some of them had not, but they're being made public today, involved a variety of allegations. The reason I say you can have as many as 8 is any violation or any allegation by itself, if there was probable cause of an Ethics Act violation, could amount to an Ethics Act violation. So if you're going to make 8 different allegations, even if it's in 2 separate letters or 3 different emails, that's why I can count these, in my opinion, as 8 complaints and 8 being dismissed, because it only takes one, just like if you were charged with a crime or if you were sued on multiple different counts in civil court, it only takes one to stick.
I see. Counselor, you've talked to the governor today, I assume, over this with your client, and how's the governor about, what's her feelings towards this?
Well, I didn't ask that question.
Okay.
I just got
maybe what was
an email that said, this was great news, and certainly not unexpected in the sense that we didn't think there'd been any violation, that the governor's office has always acted appropriately and ethically, and that these complaints have been submitted in large part, we think, as a form, not necessarily in good faith, and maybe even as a form of harassment. And so it's nice to see that the process is working. It takes a lot of effort. The personnel board has to hire a lawyer and look into it, and everyone else has to look into it, sometimes provide information that is requested to the board. So a lot of people have to get involved, so it does take time, but these complaints are taken seriously. This is not a rubber stamp for the governor. And this board, it's an independent board. They look into this. They take these things seriously, and so far all of them are showing that there's been a complete lack of merit in these allegations.
I had some ethics complaint filers complain to my management here that I was talking about them, and that I shouldn't. One quote was to our manager that you need to shut up your boy. Was that the correct? Did I get the? Would you want to help me out there?
You need to shut your boy up.
You need to shut your boy up. That was one of the quote unquote comments that
you being the boy, of course.
Me it being a boy. And they're even going out and talking to some of our advertisers that we would I'm not. It's not really about me. It's I kind of happen to be involved in this thing. But what's your insight on some of this? I mean, is this just an all-out barrage attack on people who happen to maybe on the governor and people who happen to agree with her policies?
Well, I think you can put enough evidence together to make that conclusion. You can, for example, look at the Democratic National Committee has a 50-state initiative where they are actually paying people at the local level to agitate and organize and go create opposition to non-Democrats. And what you may be seeing is part of that organized effort where money is being sent to local operatives to do things like this and to operate websites and to file complaints. Perhaps we don't have any evidence that anyone has been paid to file an ethics complaint, but I am saying there is an organized effort by the Democratic National Committee to organize locally to make sure that they win as many elections from the state on down to the local politics level as possible. And this is one way they do it: is they criticize the Republicans that are in office and anyone who supports them or who may agree with them or who works for them. So you'll see these ethics complaints against the governor's staff. You'll see it against her, and now you have people complaining about you because you happen to agree with her on some policy issues.
Right.